In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to push your code to GitHub from your Git command line. And I'm going to use a step-by-step guide. The first thing you do is you create a GitHub account. As you can see, I have a GitHub account. After that, you install Git on your Windows PC or Linux, as the case may be. So, but if you want me to do a tutorial on those, you can let me know on the comment section. This guide will be dropped on the description below. After that, you set up your SSH key on your PC. This is where a lot of people have challenges doing. So first, we are going to open and run Git. So you come to your directory. This is where I'm going to use for this tutorial. So you can right click on this folder and go to Git badge here. It's going to open Git badge and it's going to point directly to that folder. Go ahead and maximize this so that you can see what I'm typing. Then the next thing we have on our guide here is to check if SSH is already on your PC. So if you have it, you may not need to create it again. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do that, we are going to type this command ls-al and sudo .ssh. So we can't access this file or directory, meaning that it is not on your PC. So to solve that, it's simple. Don't bother memorizing this. What's that? Don't bother memorizing these commands. I'm going to drop them on the description below. So let's paste this. Right click and paste. Go ahead and change this to your own email. I'm going to change this to my email. Please, I don't advise you message me unless you want to give me money. Then you press enter. So it's asking you to enter the file that you want to create this your SSH key. It's going to be a key pair, public key and a private key. So whatsoever you enter here, you need to make sure you memorize it. But I advise, if you are doing this for the first time, you can just leave it blank. Press enter. So it's saying that it has been created in this directory. So enter a passphrase. So this is going to be like a key that you always use to authenticate to GitHub. But if you leave it blank, it's going to assume that you don't want to use a key for that. So I advise you also leave it blank and also enter again. So it has been created. And you can run the previous key by using the arrow button on your keyboard to check the previous command. So immediately you run it, you see that you have a different output here. So this is your public key and this is your private key. This is stored somewhere on your PC. You can go ahead and verify that if you feel like, and that's going to be in your users. Check your PC, HP, and you have a folder here called SSH. So when you open it, you see this is your private key and this is your public key. It has the extension. All right, so the next thing we do here is to start our SSH agent. So let's take this command. Everything is as simple as it looks, and go ahead and press it. I'm going to use Ctrl L to clear this screen. Go ahead and paste it here, and all right, so I'm using this back and forth approach so that you see that I am making it simple so that you don't think it's over complicated. So just take this key and add your SSH. So I'm going to copy that and go back to my terminal, right click and paste. as simple as that. Press enter. Okay, so when you run this code, you are going to see here identity added. So this means that the SSH key has been added to your public key, as the case may be. Now, the next command we have here is to copy our public key. So this is what we are going to add to our GitHub account. So there are two ways of doing this. So it's either you use this command, and what this command is going to do for you is just to expose the content of this file here. So this is the content of the file. So you can go ahead and copy this and take it to github.com, or if you feel you want to do it manually, you can still go to your PC and go to users and locate your SSH folder.ssh, and this is the public key. You can right click and open with your text editor or any code editor of your choice, and I have it open here. So you can just copy this key. So when you copy the key, you go to your GitHub account. When you go to this your profile, go down to settings, go to the left corner of your screen, you see SSH and GPG keys. Click on it. Then you are going to see new SSH key. Click on it also. Give your key a title. I'm going to use first key, and paste your public key in this key field and click add SSH key. So your SSH key has been added. All right, so I'm going to delete this immediately after the video, so don't bother using it to access my GitHub account. All right, so the next thing we have in our guide here is, okay, so this is add SSH key to our GitHub account. So you see that we are almost done. It's just as simple as that. So I'm going to drop this on the description below so that you won't have any problem memorizing the steps. So let's configure our username and email on Git. So to do that, you use this command. So we have just go ahead and paste it. So you have git config -- global user.name, then you put your username. So this is my username for this GitHub account. So fragile. Press enter. So the same command also, git config -- global user.email. So this is where you are going to also put the email address you used previously. So my email address that I used here is wisdom123 james@gmail.com. Press enter, and after that, the next thing you do is you check for your SSH configuration on Git and add it to known host. So you don't need to memorize anything, as I told you earlier. You can just take this command, git config -- lists. this is your Git configuration showing that you have successfully configured your account. So the next command we are going to run is this one here. So, and this is to check for your SSH configuration. And I'm going to run that. So is asking you, are you sure you want to continue connecting? So this is where you are going to connect to your remote repository using the key pair of your private key and your public key. So just simply type yes. So warning, permanently added to github.com. So it's telling me, hi, Fragile Anderson, you've successfully authenticated. So that means we are successful in our authentication. So we are going to test this out. All right, to test this out, you go to the next step, which is create a repository on GitHub. So first of all, you sign in, which I'm already signed in. So I'll go create a new repository and click on SSH and copy repo. All right, so let's check that out. It's going to make more sense when we go into the practical. So here we are. So this is my profile. So I'm going to go to new repository. So just to let you know that I created this GitHub account just for this tutorial. So in case you are wondering why the GitHub account is kind of new, so just for this tutorial. So I'm going to call this test or first project. You can call it anything you want to call it, first, or so the name doesn't really matter. So so please take note of this. Don't add any README file, and that is on purpose to have the guide that GitHub is going to give you. All right, so if you added a new file, you wouldn't have seen all these commands. So you are seeing this command because you've not added any file. All right, so it's giving you a guide. So first of all, let's follow this guide. So what this is going to do is going to create a file, and it's very necessary to know. Let me clear this out. Control L. It's very necessary to know that you can't really push an empty commit to GitHub. So before you push anything to GitHub, you must have an item on that GitHub repository. So echo first project, or what this is going to do is that it's going to create a file called readme.md. Then it's going to add this content in our readme.md. So let's go ahead and press enter. So that file is created. You can check it by using the command ls. So you have the readme file here. So the next thing you do is you git init and git add readme.md. Let's go ahead and do that. So you say git init. So it's going to initialize this as a GitHub repository. So you have here master. So this is your master branch. Then the next thing you're going to do is git add readme.md. That's the file name. So what is this saying? Saying warning, in the working copy of readme file will be replaced by this. Okay, let's check out git status. Okay, so that is to check that it has been added. So it has been successfully added. So let's go back to here. So the next command is git commit -m first commit. So let's go ahead and paste the command. So you have your git commit -m first commit, press enter. So saying one file in session. All right, let's go back. Could have typed all these things, but I just wanted you to follow the process and see the step-by-step approach of doing this same thing. And this is going to be pretty much this complicated the first time you are doing it. Subsequently, it's not going to involve a lot of steps like this in subsequent commits. All right, so let's copy git branch -m. So I'm going to copy that and paste. All right, so it has changed this branch name from master to main. So let me clear this out. And the next thing you have here is git remote add. So this is going to add this, your git repo is going to add your remote repository to this, your local repository, so that whatsoever you are doing here, when you push a commit, is going to reflect on your git repository online. So it has been added. So the last command we have here is git, we have git push -u origin main. So same thing, paste git push -u origin main. So going to press enter. Okay, all right, so boom, here you have, that's successful. So let's check out what we have. Let's go to our remote repository and refresh. Okay, so you have here our readme.md. All right, so let's test that this our connection has been established successfully. So from now henceforth, if you want to push to that repository, you don't need to go through all those protocol again. So what you need to do is you can just create a file. For instance, let me create a file using touch, new file .py. So you can do ls to see that that new file has been created. But let's track our git repository by saying git status. So showing me that a new on track file has been added. So what you do is you just quickly type git add new file, make sure that the file name is correct, .py. So if you do git status again, so showing you that this file has been added. So now you are ready to make your own commits. So let's clear this out and do our git commits -m second commit, new file has been added. The message, you can make it as descriptive or as short as you want to make it. That's not really important. So let's push it by saying git push origin main. So you see that the -u that we used initially was optional. This is still going to work. All right, so let's go and check it out. Refresh, and boom, here you are. So congratulations if you have followed to this point. So this is how to create your SSH key, add it to your GitHub account, and do your git push. All right, so this is just a beginner tutorial to how to use GitHub on your Git command line. So, but if you want me to make more videos around this topic, you can let me know on the comment section below. Also, to help me make more content, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you have a special topic that you want me to do a video on, drop it on the comment section below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.